Dawn unfurls across the African plains, painting the savanna in hues of gold and amber. The air is crisp, carrying the subtle fragrance of wild grass and the distant promise of rain. Every inch of this sprawling landscape is alive with anticipation, each creature attuned to the delicate balance that governs their world. As sunlight pierces the horizon, a gentle mist lingers, softening the outlines of antelope as they move with practiced grace through dew-laden grass. Their passage is nearly silent, yet their presence resonates, sending subtle signals through the ecosystem. Overhead, a flock of birds wheels in perfect formation, their wings slicing the cool air as they ride the morning thermals. A vigilant mongoose slips between sun-warmed rocks, its senses finely tuned to the invisible language of scent and sound. On the ground, a dung beetle methodically rolls its prize, etching intricate trails in the soil, while a spider's web, strung between blades of grass, glistens with dew, each droplet a miniature lens reflecting the awakening world. On Paradise Plains, the tension is tangible. A pride of lionesses, their tawny coats blending seamlessly with the tall grass, move with calculated precision. Each step is deliberate, their bodies pressed low, eyes locked on a sprawling herd of zebras grazing in the open. The zebras, acutely aware of the ever-present threat, cluster tightly, their ears flicking and nostrils flaring as they interpret the subtle cues of danger. One lioness halts, her muscles coiled beneath her skin, every sense focused on the possibility of a successful hunt. Amidst this high-stakes ballet, a grasshopper clings to a slender blade, its world suspended between the giants of the plains and the constant threat of predation. Suddenly, the tranquility fractures. From the shimmering edge of the horizon, a black rhino emerges, its formidable silhouette etched against the rising sun. Muscles ripple beneath its thick armoured hide as it launches into a thunderous charge, nostrils flaring and eyes burning with intent. The earth trembles beneath its weight, sending vibrations through the soil that reverberate across the plains. Zebras explode into motion, their stripes blurring as they scatter in a desperate bid for safety. Lionesses, caught mid-stalk, recoil in shock, their meticulously orchestrated hunt thrown into utter disarray. A dense cloud of dust billows in the rhino's wake, obscuring the landscape and amplifying the sense of pandemonium. Beneath the surface, a beetle burrows deeper, its tiny world undisturbed by the seismic drama above, a silent testament to the resilience of the smallest denizens of the savannah. The black rhino barrels directly into the heart of the unfolding drama, its horn slicing through the air as it asserts its dominance. Lionesses, startled by the sheer audacity of the intrusion, abandon their positions and scatter, their golden eyes wide with disbelief. The meticulously planned ambush dissolves in an instant, prey and predator alike forced to adapt to the new reality. A warthog, caught in the maelstrom, dashes for cover, its tail a rigid flag of alarm as it vanishes into the tangled undergrowth. Above the chaos, a butterfly drifts lazily among wildflowers, its delicate wings catching the sunlight, a fleeting moment of tranquility amid the storm of movement below. The plains erupt in a cacophony of sound and motion. Zebras, seizing the narrowest window of escape, surge into a stampede, their hooves drumming a frantic rhythm that reverberates across the savannah. Dust rises in thick clouds, veiling the landscape in a swirling haze that blurs the boundaries between predator and prey. Impalas, startled by the sudden upheaval, leap with astonishing grace over low shrubs, their bodies arcing through the air in a display of pure athleticism. Amidst the frenzy, a tortoise continues its slow, deliberate journey, its ancient shell gleaming in the morning sun, a living relic undisturbed by the chaos that rages around it. In the aftermath, the black rhino stands alone, its massive frame outlined against the open plains. Its breath comes in heavy bursts, nostrils flaring as it surveys the disarray it has caused. Around it, animals regroup in scattered clusters, their routines shattered, instincts sharpened by the encounter. Overhead, a flock of birds wheels in restless circles, unsettled by the commotion that has rippled through their world. In the shelter of a nearby bush, a chameleon shifts its colours to match the foliage, its eyes moving independently as it scans the transformed landscape. A master of adaptation in a realm where change is the only constant. The lionesses, their hunt thwarted by the rhino's audacious intervention, gather in a tight circle, their bodies pressed close in silent solidarity. Frustration and disbelief flicker in their eyes as they exchange glances, recalibrating their strategy for survival. Hidden in the tall grass, young cubs peer out, their wide eyes absorbing the lessons of unpredictability that define life on the plains. The landscape, momentarily stilled, settles into a fragile calm, the echoes of the rhino's charge lingering in the air like distant thunder. Above, a weaver bird's nest sways gently in the breeze, its intricate construction a marvel of patience and ingenuity, a testament to the quiet persistence that underpins the wild. Across the plains, vigilance becomes the new order. The zebra herd, still trembling from the recent upheaval, stands in tight formation, their eyes scanning the horizon for any sign of renewed danger. Wildebeest, interrupted mid-graze, raise their heads and test the air, their senses finely attuned to the shifting mood of the land. On a slender stalk, a praying mantis sways gently, its body perfectly camouflaged among the grasses, a patient hunter biding its time in a world where every moment is a test of survival. Here, every creature, lion, zebra, rhino, or the solitary jackal weaving through the grass, plays a vital role in the intricate web of life. The plains are a stage for constant negotiation, where alliances shift and boundaries are redrawn with every encounter. Beneath the surface, termites labour tirelessly within their towering mounds, engineering complex tunnels that sustain entire ecosystems. The power of the wild is not just in the strength of its predators, but in the resilience and adaptability of all who call this place home, from the gentle giants to the smallest architects. On these plains, dominance is fleeting, and the outcome of every encounter is uncertain. Even the smallest creatures, like a lizard darting across a sun-warmed rock, or a line of ants weaving through the grass, each carrying a burden many times its own weight, must remain vigilant. The rhythm of the savannah is dictated by both the bold and the elusive, by the thunder of hooves and the silent industry of insects. Every movement, every decision is shaped by the relentless power that pulses through this land. As the sun dips toward the horizon, the plains exhale, returning to a delicate equilibrium. Giraffes glide across the skyline, their elongated forms casting shadows that stretch across the golden grass. In the tall grass, a family of elephants moves with gentle purpose, their trunks entwined in a silent display of affection, a living symbol of strength and unity. Yet beneath this calm, the memory of the black rhino's bold charge endures, a powerful reminder that in this wild domain every moment is shaped by the unpredictable, and every creature, from the smallest wonder to the gentle giant, must find its place within the ever-shifting power of the plains. The black rhino's bold move is more than a fleeting disruption. It is a declaration of presence, a testament to the raw power and unpredictability that define the African wilderness. Its horn, caked with dust, gleams in the fading light, a formidable tool for both defense and assertion. Each breath sends plumes of vapor into the cooling air, nostrils wide as it draws in the sense of a world forever changed by its passage. The rhino's thick skin, marked by scars and the passage of time, glistens with sweat, muscles flexing beneath the armor as it surveys the plains it has so dramatically altered. In its eye, the reflection of the savannah shimmers, a living tapestry of life, struggle, and survival. Its footprints, pressed deep into the earth, mark the path of a creature whose every step reshapes the landscape, leaving a legacy written in dust and grass. As the first rays of dawn stretch across the savannah, a gentle hush envelops the wild African bush. In this moment, the landscape is a canvas of anticipation. Every shadow, every subtle movement, hints at the unfolding drama of survival. In the shimmering gold of the grasslands, two cheetah brothers glide with calculated stealth. Their bodies are built for velocity, spines flexing, tails streaming for balance. Suddenly they erupt into action, a blur of muscle and intent as they synchronize their pursuit of a startled impala. Each stride is a marvel of biomechanics, propelling them forward at breathtaking speed, their focus absolute. The chase is over in a heartbeat. The brothers secure their prize, but the victory is ephemeral. Instinct compels them to devour their meal with urgency. Heads low, jaws working swiftly, eyes darting to the horizon. The ever-present threat of lions or hyenas lingers, a reminder that dominance here is always contested. Not far away, a troop of baboons bursts into a chorus of alarm calls. Their sharp staccato cries ripple through the morning air, a living network of vigilance. The cheetahs freeze, every muscle taut, as the bush vibrates with the signals of unseen predators and shifting alliances. As the sun slips beneath the horizon, the savannah undergoes a transformation. From the safety of its burrow, an aardwolf emerges, its slender silhouette merging with the deepening shadows. Dusk is its sanctuary, a realm where the secretive flourish, shielded by darkness. The aardwolf advances with measured steps, guided by hypersensitive ears that capture the faintest tremors beneath the earth. It approaches a termite mound, extending its elongated, adhesive tongue to extract its quarry. Unlike its formidable hyena kin, the aardwolf is a dietary specialist, subsisting almost entirely on termites. Its gentle approach, a stark contrast to the violence of the hunt. Cloaked in darkness, the aardwolf can consume hundreds of thousands of termites in a single night. Each flick of its tongue is a study in precision, disturbing neither the mound nor the attention of larger, more aggressive predators. Its feeding is a silent ritual, perfectly adapted to the nocturnal world. The aardwolf's passage is almost ethereal, slipping between blades of grass, pausing to listen, always attuned to the faintest sound. Its elusive nature makes it one of the savannah's most enigmatic inhabitants, rarely seen and even more rarely understood. Across this vast wilderness, every creature occupies a unique niche. The cheetahs, bellies sated, remain vigilant even in repose, while the aardwolf continues its solitary patrol. The interplay of predator and prey, of day and night, weaves a complex web of survival strategies. As night deepens, the bush becomes a symphony of life. The distant whoops of hyenas, the rhythmic chirr of insects, and the soft rustle of unseen creatures blend into a tapestry of sound. Each note is a signal, each silence a warning, in this world where every moment is charged with possibility. Here, adaptation is the currency of existence. From the lightning-fast cheetah to the elusive aardwolf, the swift and the secretive define the nocturnal narrative of the African wild. Every behaviour, every fleeting encounter is a vital strand in the intricate fabric of life, woven by instinct, shaped by the relentless demands of survival. Across the boundless African plains, power is not defined by a single trait. It is a complex tapestry, woven from raw strength, keen intelligence, and the relentless drive to survive. Every animal, every blade of grass, and every shifting shadow plays a role in this living symphony. Elephant herds, led by wise matriarchs, move with deliberate grace across the golden savanna. Their journey is guided by memories passed down through generations, as they follow ancient migration routes to water and fresh grazing grounds, undeterred by distance or drought. The trunk of an elephant is a masterpiece of evolution, capable of uprooting trees, delicately plucking grass, and conveying intricate messages. Low-frequency rumbles travel through the earth, allowing the herd to communicate across vast distances, maintaining unity even when separated by the tall grasses. But the tranquility of the plains can be shattered in an instant. A bull elephant in must emerges, his massive frame radiating power and unpredictability. Fueled by surging hormones, he becomes a force of nature, his every movement commanding respect and caution. Thick secretions stream from his temporal glands, and his scent, heavy and unmistakable, drifts on the wind. This olfactory signal warns rivals to keep their distance and announces his presence to receptive females, shifting the delicate balance of the herd's social structure. Instinctively, other animals respond. Giraffes freeze, their long necks craning to assess the threat. Zebras and antelope drift away, their movements cautious and measured. Even apex predators, ever alert, sense the charged atmosphere and retreat into the shadows, avoiding confrontation with such overwhelming power. This display of dominance is more than a show of force. It is nature's way of ensuring that only the most resilient genes endure. The strongest bulls earn the right to mate, shaping the future of the herd and influencing the genetic legacy of the plains. Power is not reserved for giants alone. Among the smallest, young warthogs engage in spirited playfights, their squeals echoing across the grasslands. These playful skirmishes are vital lessons, honing the reflexes and courage they will need to evade predators and assert themselves in the wild hierarchy. The plains are a mosaic of life. Elephants graze alongside warthogs, while herds of wildebeest and zebra move in synchronized waves, their migrations dictated by the rhythm of the rains and the promise of new grass. Each species, though different, is bound by the same unyielding laws of survival. The landscape itself is a formidable force. Endless grasslands stretch beneath a sky that shifts from blazing blue to storm-laden grey. Acacia trees punctuate the horizon, and watering holes become epicenters of life and conflict, where predator and prey converge in a delicate balance. Strength on the plains is measured in many forms. It is the explosive speed of a giraffe fleeing danger, the unwavering unity of a herd standing together against threat, and the quiet resilience of every animal that endures the harsh cycles of drought and abundance. Each day the plains stage a relentless drama. Lions and cheetahs stalk through the tall grass, their movements silent and precise. Herds scatter in bursts of energy, the air thick with tension as the chase unfolds. Survival is never guaranteed. Every moment is a test of instinct, speed, and endurance. When danger strikes, wildebeest stampede in unison, their hooves thundering across the earth and raising clouds of dust. This collective power confuses predators and protects the vulnerable, demonstrating the strength found in numbers and coordination. Even the smallest inhabitants wield influence. Birds nest in the shelter of acacia branches, their calls signalling changes in the environment. Insects swarm through the grass, aerating the soil and pollinating plants, sustaining the cycle of life that supports the giants above. As the sun sets, the plains transform. Silhouettes of elephants, giraffes, and antelope move against the glowing horizon. The air cools, and a hush falls over the land, a brief moment of peace before the next day's struggle begins. With darkness, new powers emerge. Hyenas and jackals prowl the night, their senses finely tuned to opportunity. The cycle of power continues, unbroken and eternal, as every creature adapts to the ever-changing rhythm of the plains. At dawn, the plains awaken once more. Mist rises from the grass, and the first calls of the day echo across the land. Here, power is everywhere, subtle, raw, and ever-present. Every life, from the smallest insect to the mightiest elephant, is a testament to the enduring spirit and unyielding power of the African plains. Gap 3s. As the first rays of dawn spill across the savannah, a solitary figure emerges from the shadows. A black rhinoceros, its silhouette etched against the golden horizon. Each step is deliberate, the heavy tread muffled by dew-laden grass, as the rhino navigates the tangled brush with a quiet confidence born of centuries in this wild domain. The interplay of light and shadow cloaks the rhino in mystery, its form shifting between visibility and concealment with every stride. Despite its formidable build, the black rhino moves with a surprising grace, pausing to survey the open plains. Muscles ripple beneath thick skin as it breaks into a sudden, agile run, an ancient guardian patrolling its territory, both sentinel and enigma in the morning light. The rhino's presence is a silent proclamation of dominance, yet it remains ever wary, attuned to the subtle shifts in the wind and the faintest tremors beneath its feet. The hooked upper lip, a marvel of adaptation, curls with precision around tender shoots and leaves. Each bite is purposeful, shaping the landscape as the rhino browses, its presence quietly sculpting the vegetation and influencing the rhythm of life for countless other species. The rhino's feeding is not random. It selects with intent, leaving behind a mosaic of browsed and untouched plants, subtly altering the ecosystem's tapestry. Perched atop the rhino's broad back, oxpeckers flit and peck, their sharp eyes scanning for parasites. This silent partnership is a testament to the intricate alliances woven through the wild, each bird a vigilant sentinel, each rhino a moving fortress. The oxpeckers' calls are soft warnings, their movements a living alarm system, alerting the rhino to unseen dangers lurking in the undergrowth. In the distance, a herd of wildebeest grazes, their movements cautious and measured. They watch the rhino with a wary respect, attuned to the subtle shifts in its posture, a reminder that the boundaries between peace and chaos are ever fragile on these plains. The rhino's mere presence shapes the behaviour of its neighbours, a silent force that ripples through the herds and flocks sharing this ancient land. A jackal, sleek and alert, skirts the muddy edge of a waterhole. Its amber eyes flicker toward the rhino, calculating the distance. Every muscle poised for flight, should the giant take notice. In this realm, even the smallest creatures move with caution, reading the language of shadows and scent. The jackal's world is one of constant vigilance, its survival dependent on interpreting the silent cues left by larger, more powerful animals. The rhino's passage is marked by deep, unmistakable tracks pressed into the soft earth. Each print is a silent chronicle, a fleeting signature that tells of journeys made under cover of darkness and the enduring presence of a legend. These tracks are read by all who share the land, predators, prey and scavengers alike, each interpreting the story written in the soil. Beneath the armour of muscle and horn lies a creature shaped by both strength and solitude. In moments of stillness, the rhino stands pensive, its gaze lost in the shifting light, a living paradox of power and vulnerability. The savanna's silence is broken only by the distant calls of birds and the soft rustle of grass, as the rhino contemplates its next move, ever aware of the dangers that linger beyond the horizon. Shadows deepen as the rhino slips into dense thickets, its form nearly vanishing among the tangled branches. Every movement is measured, every pause a calculation, caution etched into every sinew by generations of survival. The thicket becomes a sanctuary, a labyrinth where only the most skilled can follow, and where the rhino's mastery of concealment is revealed. Ears swivel, nostrils flare, and the rhino stands poised, alert to the faintest rustle or distant call. In an instant, it can charge with thunderous force or melt away into the undergrowth, leaving only the whisper of its passing. The rhino's senses are finely tuned, detecting vibrations and scents that escape human perception, ensuring its survival in a world where danger is ever present. Even the lion, king of these lands, hesitates in the presence of the black rhino. Their encounters are measured in glances and distance, a mutual recognition of power and unpredictability that shapes the silent hierarchy of the wild. The lion's patience is tested, its instincts tempered by the knowledge that the rhino is not prey, but a force to be respected. As dusk descends, the air cools and the sky blushes with fading light. The rhino lingers at the waterhole, joined by antelope and warthogs, each animal drawn by thirst, yet bound by an unspoken agreement to keep their distance. The waterhole becomes a stage for silent negotiation, where every movement is weighed and every approach is cautious. Across the plains, a delicate choreography unfolds. Antelope pause mid-step, warthogs freeze, and all eyes turn to the rhino, a living axis around which the evening's balance revolves. The presence of the rhino is a silent command, its authority unquestioned, its movements dictating the tempo of the twilight hours. In the deepening shadows, the black rhino moves with quiet purpose, its form dissolving into the twilight. Here, survival is a dance of instinct and respect, and the rhino, shrouded in dusk, remains a legend, its story written in the shifting light and silent footprints of the wild. As night falls, the savanna reclaims its secrets, and the rhino becomes a phantom, its legacy carried forward in the darkness, unseen but ever present. The African bush stretches endlessly, a living mosaic where every creature, from the tiniest insect to the tallest mammal, weaves its own story into the landscape. Here, the drama of survival is not only played out in the chase and the hunt, but in the quiet persistence of small wonders and the silent influence of gentle giants. Each moment is a testament to the intricate balance that sustains this wild world. The pearl-spotted owlet, no larger than a man's hand, sits motionless in the dappled light, its plumage blending seamlessly with the bark. Two bold spots on the back of its head mimic watchful eyes, a masterstroke of evolution that deters would-be predators. This tiny raptor is both hunter and hunted, its survival hinging on deception and vigilance. Despite its clever disguise, the owlet is not immune to the scrutiny of the bush. Agile drongos and other small birds launch coordinated attacks, mobbing the little predator with shrill cries and darting wings. Their relentless defense is a testament to the fierce protectiveness that echoes through the treetops, a daily struggle for dominance and safety. On the ground, the narrative shifts to silence and subtlety. Fresh leopard tracks pressed into the yielding mud near a waterhole reveal the passage of a ghostly hunter. Each print is a fleeting signature, a silent record of a nocturnal journey, hinting at the presence of a master of stealth who moves unseen through the night. Scattered tracks and droppings are the bush's living archive, chronicling the movements and habits of its inhabitants. Each mark in the soil, each pellet or pile of dung, tells a story: what was eaten, where the animal travelled, and how it interacts with the world around it. The earth itself becomes a canvas, recording the endless passage of life. In a single sweeping view, the diminutive pearl-spotted owlet shares the vastness with towering giraffes. The contrast is profound. One barely stirs the grass, the other casts elongated shadows across the plains. Yet both are essential, their roles interwoven in the complex web of the savannah, each shaping the environment in ways both subtle and grand. At the river's edge, a herd of zebras gathers, their bodies tense with anticipation. The water glimmers invitingly, but beneath the surface, crocodiles lie in perfect stillness, masters of patience. The zebra's hesitation is a delicate negotiation with danger, a moment where instinct and caution dictate the rhythm of life and death. Above, giraffes reach for the tenderest leaves atop the acacia trees, their long tongues expertly navigating thorns. With each mouthful, they prune the canopy, shaping the very architecture of the savannah. Their gentle browsing allows sunlight to filter down, nurturing new growth and sustaining a multitude of smaller creatures that depend on the undergrowth. Across the plains, a symphony of interactions unfolds. Elephants carve pathways through dense brush, opening corridors for antelope and warthogs. Birds follow in their wake, seizing insects disturbed by the movement. Each species, large or small, leaves an imprint, their actions rippling through the ecosystem in a cascade of cause and effect. In the wild, every moment is a study in adaptation and resilience. Gentle giants shape the land with every step, while small wonders employ ingenuity to survive. The African sun bears witness to this endless dance, a living testament to the beauty, complexity and interconnectedness of life on the savannah. Gap 2s. Deep within the African wilderness, the black rhino moves with a quiet, deliberate grace, its immense body at once imposing and harmonious with the land it calls home. Navigating dense thickets of acacia and tangled brush, the rhino's passage is a study in power and subtlety, its every movement shaped by instinct and necessity. Unlike the more gregarious white rhino, the black rhino is a solitary figure, its presence often masked by the shadows and the dense vegetation that envelops it. In these secluded corridors, it leaves behind more than mere footprints. It forges new paths through the undergrowth, subtly altering the landscape with each journey. The black rhino is an unintentional architect, shaping its environment as it moves, browses, and interacts with the world around it. Each purposeful step carves narrow trails through the bush, opening up passageways that become essential lifelines for a multitude of other species. Small antelope, ever alert to danger, use these trails to navigate the dense terrain, while predators follow in silent pursuit, relying on the rhino's strength to clear the way. Birds, too, take advantage of these winding tracks, foraging along the open ground and using the pathways as routes through the otherwise impenetrable bush. The rhino's trails become arteries of movement, connecting distant parts of the landscape and facilitating the flow of life through the tangled wilderness. As the black rhino browses on thorny shrubs and acacia, it selects only the most nutritious leaves and twigs, using its remarkable prehensile lip with precision. This specialized upper lip allows the rhino to expertly pluck foliage from even the most challenging plants, shaping the vegetation as it feeds. In doing so, the rhino prunes and sculpts the bush, maintaining a delicate equilibrium between rampant growth and natural decay, and encouraging new shoots to emerge. The presence of the black rhino is felt not only in its physical form, but in the subtle transformations it brings to its habitat. Its middens, large communal dung piles, serve as territorial markers, their scent carrying complex messages across the bush. Dung beetles arrive in droves, rolling away portions of dung to nourish their young, while simultaneously aerating and enriching the soil. Butterflies gather at these middens, drawn by the minerals and salts essential for their survival, adding flashes of colour to the earthy scene. Each midden becomes a thriving microcosm, supporting a diverse array of insects and small creatures, all dependent on the rhino's presence. Beneath the surface, hidden life flourishes, larvae develop, seeds germinate, and nutrients cycle back into the ecosystem. The black rhino's wallowing behaviour further transforms the land, as it seeks relief from heat and parasites in shallow, muddy pools. By churning the mud and water, the rhino creates depressions that retain moisture long after the rains have passed. These ephemeral pools become vital oases, attracting frogs, insects, and a host of thirsty birds, especially during the harsh dry season. The waterholes sustain life when resources are scarce, their existence owed to the rhino's instinctive behaviours. The black rhino, elusive and seldom glimpsed, is a keystone species. Its influence radiates through every layer of the ecosystem. As twilight descends, the rhino moves through the shadowy landscape, its silhouette merging with the fading light. It slips silently into the gathering darkness, leaving behind a landscape subtly altered by its passage. The evidence of its presence, tracks, trails, and transformed vegetation, remains etched into the earth, a testament to its enduring role. The bush, vibrant and alive, pulses with the energy of countless creatures, all benefiting from the rhino's silent stewardship. In this intricate web of life, the black rhino stands as a silent architect, its every action shaping, sustaining, and enriching the wild heart of Africa. Across the sprawling expanse of the African bush, the rhythm of life is dictated by a single, unyielding force: the quest for water. Every creature, from the smallest insect to the largest mammal, is bound by this elemental need. As the dry season deepens, the black rhino, a symbol of resilience, is compelled to embark on a journey shaped by thirst. Its senses sharpen, attuned to the faintest promise of moisture in the air or the distant scent of damp earth. The landscape, once vibrant and green, is now etched with the scars of drought. Rivers that once flowed freely are reduced to cracked beds of dust, and waterholes recede, exposing the harsh reality of scarcity. The camera glides low, tracing the deep, winding footprints of the rhino imprinted in the hardened earth, a silent testament to its determination and the harshness of its journey. Each step is measured, conserving precious energy beneath the relentless sun. The rhino's thick skin offers some protection, but the heat is unforgiving, and every movement is a calculated effort to endure. Along the way, the ground tells stories, delicate hoofprints of antelope, the sharp imprints of predators, and the overlapping trails of countless animals, all converging on the same dwindling sources of water. At the heart of this parched world, a shrinking waterhole becomes a focal point for life. Here, the boundaries between species blur, united by a common need. Herds of zebra and wildebeest gather at the edge, their bodies tense, eyes scanning for danger as they await their chance to drink. Warthogs kneel in the mud, lowering their snouts to the water, while flocks of guinea fowl dart in and out, seizing fleeting moments of safety to quench their thirst. The black rhino approaches, its massive form casting a shadow over the water's edge. Other animals pause, instinctively aware of its presence, and a fragile order emerges. Tensions simmer as species negotiate their place at the waterhole. Sometimes a standoff ensues, more often necessity prevails, and an uneasy truce allows all to drink in turn. The camera lingers on the rhino's reflection, shimmering in the muddy water. As it lowers its head, ripples distort the image, a fleeting moment of relief in a world defined by scarcity. Each mouthful is savoured, the cool liquid a lifeline in the arid heat. For the rhino, and for all who gather here, water is more than sustenance. It is survival itself. Above, dark clouds begin to gather, promising the return of rain. The anticipation is palpable, yet the outcome remains uncertain. Until the first drops fall, patience and endurance are the only currencies. As the sun sets, the black rhino moves away from the waterhole, its silhouette framed by the fading light. The temporary peace dissolves, and the cycle of searching begins anew. Across the plains, herds drift onward, each step a testament to the enduring struggle for water. In this land, every journey, every life, is shaped by the relentless thirst of the earth itself. As the sun slips beneath the horizon, a deep indigo sweeps across the African plains, transforming the landscape into a realm of shadows and subtle movement. Night descends swiftly, cloaking the world in a velvet hush, where every sound is amplified and every silhouette takes on new meaning. The oppressive heat of the day dissolves into a cool, restless darkness. The bush awakens with a chorus of hidden life, creatures that thrive in secrecy, emerging to claim the night as their own. Amidst the scattered acacias, a black rhino stands sentinel. Its massive form is etched in silhouette against a sky dusted with stars, a silent guardian surveying its domain. The camera glides closer, capturing the subtle tension in the air. The rhino's ears swivel, nostrils flare, and its eyes scan the darkness, each sense sharpened, attuned to the faintest disturbance in the night. Moonlight glimmers across the brittle grass, casting silver patterns that ripple with the night breeze. A gentle rustle betrays the presence of another, unseen but ever present. A spotted hyena emerges from the gloom, drawn by the promise of water. Its movements are deliberate, each step measured, as it navigates the uncertain terrain with practiced caution. The rhino remains motionless, its bulk radiating silent authority. Muscles tense beneath thick hide, it issues an unspoken warning to any who might challenge its claim. For a fleeting moment, predator and giant herbivore share the moonlit clearing. Their eyes catch the same pale light, reflecting a mutual recognition, each aware of the other's presence, each respecting the boundaries drawn by instinct and necessity. The camera shifts, revealing a porcupine shuffling through the undergrowth. Its quills bristle, forming a living shield as it forages with quiet determination, undisturbed by the larger dramas unfolding nearby. Overhead, bush babies leap between branches, their wide, luminous eyes scanning for insects. Agile and alert, they move with effortless grace, vanishing into the canopy as quickly as they appear. All the while, the black rhino maintains its solitary vigil. It guards a patch of earth that may soon be transformed by the coming rains, or perhaps contested by rivals drawn by the promise of fresh growth. Far off, thunder rumbles across the plains, a low warning that stirs the night's inhabitants. The sky pulses with anticipation, each rumble a reminder of nature's unpredictable power. The rhino lifts its head, every muscle poised. It listens intently, reading the language of distant storms and the subtle signals carried on the wind. Lightning flickers on the horizon, momentarily illuminating the ancient patterns of horn and hide. For an instant, the rhino is cast in stark relief, a living relic of a wild, untamed world. In this secretive hour, the black rhino stands as both guardian and witness. Its presence is a testament to endurance, a symbol of strength and resilience amid the shifting uncertainties of the night. As the camera pulls back, the night comes alive with sound. The haunting call of an owl, the rhythmic chirr of insects, and the distant resonant roar of a lion. Each note weaves into the tapestry of the nocturnal savannah. Here, in the shadowed heart of the bush, life continues its intricate dance. Every creature, hunter, wanderer, sentinel, moves according to ancient rhythms, guided by instinct, shaped by the demands of survival, and united by the quiet vigilance that only the night can inspire. As the first blush of dawn stretches across the horizon, the African bush stirs with a quiet anticipation. The golden light spills over the landscape, painting the grasses and acacia trees in hues of amber and rose. The hush of night recedes, replaced by the tentative chorus of birds. Their melodies ripple through the cool morning air, signalling the start of a new day and weaving a tapestry of sound that marks the bush's awakening. In the gentle golden glow, the camera finds our black rhino standing sentinel near the waterhole. Dew clings to its rugged hide, and each breath forms a fleeting cloud in the crisp air, a testament to the chill that lingers before the sun's full ascent. A subtle rustle in the undergrowth draws the eye. The delicate movement hints at life hidden within the tangled brush, a reminder that the bush is never truly still. From the shadows, a much smaller silhouette emerges, a rare and precious sight in these wild lands. A rhino calf, only a few months old, steps hesitantly into the open. Its tiny horn, barely more than a nub, catches the first rays of sunlight, glinting with promise. The mother lowers her massive head, nuzzling the calf with a tenderness that belies her formidable strength. Her presence is a living shield, a silent vow to protect her young from the unseen dangers that lurk beyond the clearing. The camera lingers on their interaction, the calf's uncertain, wobbly steps, the mother's patient guidance. Each movement is a lesson, each touch a reassurance in a world where survival is never guaranteed. Every moment between them is a silent exchange, a bond forged in the crucible of the wild, where every gesture carries the weight of instinct and the promise of protection. All around, the bush awakens. Leaves rustle in the gentle breeze, birds flit from branch to branch, and the distant trumpeting of elephants echoes across the plains, signalling the interconnectedness of life in this vast ecosystem. For the mother and calf, the world narrows to a fragile bond. Their story is written in the tracks they leave behind, imprints in the soft earth that speak of hope and resilience. Suddenly, a sharp alarm call pierces the morning calm. A troop of baboons, vigilant on a distant ridge, has spotted movement, an ever-present reminder of the vigilance required to survive here. Instantly, the mother tenses. Her body shifts into a defensive posture, every muscle primed to shield her calf from any threat that may approach. But as the danger fades, calm returns. The calf resumes its playful exploration, emboldened by the unwavering presence of its mother, learning that safety is found in her shadow. The camera pulls back, capturing the pair silhouetted against the rising sun. Their forms are etched in light, a symbol of endurance and the promise of a new beginning. In this fleeting moment, the future of the black rhino is not just a distant hope, but a living, breathing reality, embodied in the strength of the mother and the innocence of her calf. Across the savannah, life persists. Every creature, from the smallest bird to the largest elephant, faces daily trials, yet the will to survive endures, fragile, yet fiercely determined. As day breaks over the endless plains, the legacy of the black rhino continues, renewed with each new dawn, and carried forward in the quiet strength of a mother and the first tentative steps of her calf. As dawn breaks, the savannah awakens beneath a golden sky, each blade of grass shimmering with the promise of a new day. The camera soars above the vast wilderness, revealing a living tapestry woven from earth, light, and life. Antelope surge forward in synchronized motion, their hooves stirring the morning air, embodying the rhythm of survival. Zebras graze in harmonious patterns, their stripes blending into the landscape, a natural camouflage perfected by evolution. Elephants, ancient architects of the plains, forge silent trails through the tall grass, shaping the land with every step. Across this expanse, a multitude of species coexist, each one a vital thread in the intricate fabric of the ecosystem. The black rhino and her calf emerge, their presence both powerful and gentle, guardians of a fragile legacy. They move with quiet purpose, blending into the golden grasses, a testament to nature's artistry. Their journey is a passage through time, echoing the resilience that has defined their kind for millennia. Against the setting sun, the rhino stands as a living monument to endurance, its silhouette etched into the memory of the land. The mother's vigilant gaze and the calf's tentative steps reflect the delicate equilibrium that sustains the wild. On the ground, dung beetles labour tirelessly, recycling nutrients and enriching the soil, unseen engineers of the ecosystem. Birds dart between acacia branches, their vibrant plumage a fleeting flash of colour in the morning light. In the distance, lions recline in the cool shade, silent observers of the unfolding day, their presence a reminder of nature's hierarchy. Every encounter, every movement sends ripples through the ecosystem, forging connections that sustain all life here. From the tiniest insect to the largest mammal, each creature shapes the destiny of the plains. The black rhino stands not only as a symbol, but as a keystone species, its influence radiating across the ecosystem. By shaping the terrain and nurturing the diversity around them, rhinos ensure the vitality of the wild. As dusk settles, the savanna transitions into a realm of shadows and whispers, life preparing for the night ahead. The camera lingers on the endless plains, a living mosaic shaped by countless generations of wildlife. The fate of the black rhino is inseparable from the health of this entire ecosystem, each life entwined with the next. Their story is one of hope, resilience, and the enduring power of nature's balance. Across protected landscapes, wildlife flourishes, a testament to the strength of natural harmony. Untouched wilderness remains a sanctuary, its integrity vital for the survival of all who dwell within. The legacy of the black rhino is etched in the dust, their tracks a silent chronicle of endurance. Around them, life thrives, each species a testament to the interconnectedness of the wild. Though this journey concludes, the wild endures, timeless, majestic, and infinitely precious, its legacy carried forward by every living creature. Beneath the sprawling canopies of acacia trees, the black rhino's world reveals its hidden layers. The camera glides low over dew-laden grasses, capturing the subtle choreography of life unfolding at ground level. A procession of termites marches methodically along a sandy path, their tiny bodies glistening in the early light as they ferry fragments of leaf and wood to their subterranean fortress. Above, weaver birds flit from branch to branch, their intricate nests swaying gently with the breeze. Each structure a testament to persistence and precision. In the undergrowth, a mongoose family navigates the tangled roots, their nimble movements betraying the constant vigilance required for survival. The distant call of a hornbill echoes through the quiet, a melodic signal that weaves through the tapestry of morning sounds. Sunlight filters through the thorny branches, dappling the rhino's thick hide as she pauses to browse on a cluster of succulent leaves. Each mouthful is deliberate, her prehensile lip selecting only the youngest shoots, shaping the vegetation with every bite. Nearby, a herd of eland drifts silently across the open plain, their massive forms barely disturbing the serenity. In their wake, a flock of oxpeckers descends, alighting on the rhino's broad back. With delicate precision, the birds pluck away ticks and insects, forging a quiet partnership that sustains both species. The rhino's ear flicks in silent acknowledgement, her eyes ever watchful as the world around her stirs with life. In the shadowy thickets, a leopard melts into the underbrush, its dappled coat vanishing among the mottled sunlight. Prey and predator alike navigate this mosaic of habitats, each species finely attuned to the rhythms of the land. The scent of crushed grass and wild sage lingers in the air, a silent testament to the passage of countless generations. As the sun climbs higher, heat shimmers across the plain, and the black rhino seeks refuge beneath a sprawling acacia. Around her, the savanna pulses with quiet energy, hidden dramas unfolding in every corner. Through drought and deluge, abundance and scarcity, these lands endure, shaped by the lives of those who call it home. Here, in the heart of the wild, every moment is woven into a greater story, a story written in hoofprints, shadows, and the soft murmur of wind through grass. The black rhino remains at the centre, a steadfast guardian of the ecosystem's fragile harmony, her presence a living promise for the generations yet to come. In the midday heat, the landscape transforms into a crucible of endurance. The black rhino, solitary and resolute, navigates a world fraught with challenges both ancient and ever-changing. Her thick skin, though armoured against thorns and biting insects, cannot shield her from the relentless thirst that creeps in as waterholes shrink beneath an unyielding sun. Each step is measured, her broad feet pressing into cracked earth, seeking the faint promise of moisture left behind by receding rains. Competition is fierce. Herds of zebra and wildebeest gather at dwindling pools, their hooves churning the mud, their presence a constant reminder of scarcity. The rhino waits, patient and imposing, yet even she must yield to the pecking order dictated by the needs of many. When her turn comes, she lowers her head, nostrils flaring at the scent of muddied water, every sip a precious reprieve from the parched air. Yet water is not the only challenge. Predators lurk at the margins, lion prides watchful in the shade, hyenas tracing the wind for weakness. Though few dare confront a fully grown rhino, the vulnerable calves must remain ever vigilant, their mothers placing themselves between danger and the hope of the future. The crackle of dry grass, a sudden hush in the birdsong, sends a ripple of tension through the herd, every sense attuned to the possibility of threat. Food, too, becomes a test of resilience. As seasons shift and green shoots give way to brittle stems, the rhino's discerning palate is put to the test. She must roam farther, her memory guiding her to hidden patches of succulent foliage beneath tangled thickets and thorny scrub. Each mouthful is hard-won, a product of patience and unyielding determination. Injury and illness are constant companions. A limp betrays a twisted ankle, the result of unseen holes hidden in the undergrowth. Parasites burrow beneath her skin, and the wounds they leave behind invite infection. There is no reprieve, no sanctuary from the hardships that define her existence. Only the slow, steady march of survival etched into every scar and weathered crease. Despite these trials, the black rhino endures. Her presence is a testament to adaptation, to the relentless will to persist where only the strongest can thrive. In the heart of the savannah, she is both vulnerable and invincible, a living symbol of nature's unbroken resolve. At the ragged periphery of a shrinking waterhole, the black rhino's path converges with a tapestry of life, each species drawn by necessity, yet bound by an unspoken code of coexistence. The air is thick with anticipation, punctuated by the distant trumpeting of elephants, the soft clatter of impala hooves, and the low, rumbling calls of buffalo gathering in the haze. A family of warthogs scurries through the undergrowth, their snouts rooting for bulbs in the damp earth left behind by the rhino's powerful steps. They pause, eyes wide, as the massive shape looms above them, but the rhino offers only a passing glance. Her focus unwavering, her presence accepted as part of the day's routine. Nearby, a pair of oxpeckers descend in a flurry of red beaks and fluttering wings. They alight on the rhino's broad back, their nimble feet navigating the ridges of her armoured hide. With precision, they pluck ticks from creases and scars, their partnership a quiet transaction. Sustenance for the birds, relief for the rhino. Giraffes drift closer, their elongated shadows stretching across the savanna grass. They observe from a respectful distance, necks arched in curiosity as the rhino's bulk stirs clouds of dust. A subtle shift in posture, a flick of an ear, a sideways glance, reinforces the boundaries each species observes, a mutual understanding forged over countless generations. Suddenly, a troop of vervet monkeys descends from the canopy, their chattering calls echoing along the water's edge. The rhino halts, her ears swivelling toward the commotion. The monkeys scatter, clambering into thorny branches. Yet their eyes linger on the grey titan below, alert but unafraid. The rhino resumes her journey, undeterred by these fleeting encounters. As the sun dips lower, a procession of animals converges, a mosaic of stripes, horns, and hooves. The rhino's presence is both respected and acknowledged, her movements influencing the rhythm of the gathering. Neither dominant nor submissive, she is a steady force at the heart of this living congregation, her every interaction shaped by instinct and necessity. Here, at the water's edge, boundaries blur and alliances are tested. Each exchange, subtle and fleeting, weaves another thread into the fabric of the wild, a testament to the intricate balance that sustains life beneath the endless African sky. In the heart of the savannah, the black rhino stands as a masterpiece of evolutionary design, each feature honed by the demands of a fluctuating landscape. Her skin, thick and deeply folded, forms a living shield, repelling thorns, insect bites, and the sun's relentless glare. Dust and dried mud cling to her hide, cooling her broad flanks and deterring parasites, a natural armour renewed with every wallow in the clay. Her prehensile upper lip, unique among her kind, curls with astonishing precision. It seeks out tender shoots and plucks leaves from tangled shrubs, granting her access to nourishment that others cannot reach. Acacia thorns, sharp and formidable, are negotiated with ease, their defences no match for her dexterous grasp. The rhino's nostrils flare, drawing in the sense of distant rains and subtle changes on the wind. Her sense of smell is acute, mapping the invisible trails of predators and rivals alike. Though her eyesight is limited, her ears swivel independently, catching the faintest rustle of grass or the warning calls of birds, a living radar, attuned to every nuance of her domain. Each footfall is measured and deliberate, her broad three-toed feet distributing weight across the soft earth. She navigates rocky outcrops and muddy gullies with equal confidence, her gait both ponderous and purposeful. Beneath her formidable bulk, the land yields, but never breaks. As seasons shift and water grows scarce, the black rhino's metabolism slows. She endures drought with stoic resilience, drawing sustenance from fibrous plants and storing reserves where others might falter. Her solitary habits minimize competition, her nocturnal forays timed to the cool hush of night. In every adaptation, from her armoured hide to her nimble lips, the black rhino is a testament to survival. She is neither relic nor anomaly, but a living response to the wild's ceaseless challenge. Her presence a silent promise that here life endures by the wisdom of the ancient and the strength of the adapted. As the sun arcs low across the savannah, the black rhino's silhouette casts a long shadow, its presence a bridge between a turbulent past and an uncertain future. The landscape, shaped by millennia of survival, now quietly witnesses the unfolding chapter of conservation. In the hush of dawn, a new generation of rhino calves emerges, their steps tentative yet purposeful. Each calf inherits not only the physical armour of its ancestors, but also the silent legacy of resilience. Their mothers guide them through a mosaic of acacia groves and open plains, teaching the art of foraging, the rhythm of migration, and the subtle language of scent and sound. Invisible to the eye, a network of hope threads through the terrain. Unseen boundaries marked by the rhino's own trails, connecting distant waterholes and secret wallows. These paths, carved by instinct and memory, now serve as arteries of survival, guiding the species through fragmented habitats. The natural world responds in kind. Birds swoop low to feed on insects stirred by the rhino's passage, while ancient trees, their bark scarred by horns, stand as witnesses to generations of coexistence. The ecosystem, balanced on a knife's edge, finds renewal in each hoofprint pressed into the earth. Yet the future is not without its trials. Drought lingers on the horizon, and the distant thunder of predators remains ever-present. The rhino's senses, sharpened by centuries of adaptation, are now tuned to subtler threats. Shifts in forage, the encroachment of unfamiliar scents, the faint tremor of change beneath their feet. Within this living tapestry, the black rhino's story is still being written. Every day survived is a testament to the quiet power of endurance. Each calf that learns to navigate the thorny undergrowth, every matriarch that leads her kin through the dry season, adds a new verse to the ongoing saga of the wild. As dusk settles and the first stars prick the sky, the black rhino steps forward, not as a relic of a vanishing world, but as a vital thread in the fabric of tomorrow. The horizon stretches wide, promising both challenge and possibility. Here, beneath the watchful gaze of the ancient acacias, the future of the black rhino unfolds, undaunted, enduring, and forever entwined with the fate of the land itself.